Was he the Lich King or no?
Yeah, he was. Oh my god, dude! I can't with you.
I don't
I
know.
can't. Was he the Lich King?
He was
Oh my
Was
god.
it the Lich King? Oh, it was Lich King's son because he goes, "Arthas, my son,
No,
I'm
no,
cold.
no.
It's snowing again.
That
Please come
cinematic
home."
was Arthas hearing his father's voice, and Arthas
No.
was the Lich King, and that was his father's voice speaking to him, saying, "You're gonna be a wonderful, just king," and then
There's
showing
no
him
way.
doing the opposite. Yeah,
There's no way. I thought the
you're
Lich King had
way
a son named Arthas. I swear, I
no.
on everything. I
How does my voice sound?
sounds good. Yeah,
Okay,
sounds like the good version for sure.
the good version.
Welcome back, Marvel, with the good mic. We
Hello.
figured out your mic was fucked up, but we figured out.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
welcome back.
fixing that for me.
How's your War Within launch been?
I'm doing a lot of profession stuff. Even right now, I'm spamming trade chat trying to make gold.
Nice.
It's been a lot of fun. I got
That's
a
cool.
I have 2 ferals leveled and geared
Right.
ish. You know, I got the Priory trinket on both of them because we ran Priory like 17 times together.
Yeah, we slammed that dungeon so many times.
Dude, we're so good at it.
I love that. Like on the most recent one we did too, I was like, "Oh, that's how this dungeon works." Like you were explaining it. Everyone just kept saying "Court of Stars." I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Because you didn't know how Court of Stars worked.
I never understood Court of Stars. I will never understand Priory. It's fine. I literally just thought that the mob was running around and they just find us if they find us. I had no idea.
That's so funny. I'm gonna sit down and explain it to you, like in depth one time.
Yeah. Priory is fun. I like Priory. I don't know. It's
If
like the dungeon with the big pulls, pretty much.
if they nerf, I just get rid of consecration. Just get
Mhm.
rid of consecration on the paladins,
Yeah, the
or make it
consecration's
stoppable.
awful.
It's absurd. It
Or
does like
not
half of your
instantly
health.
tick, or make it
Yeah,
spread from the center of where it's dropped slowly. Because
a
right
spread
now
would be sick.
it just drops consecration and it insta ticks everyone for like a quarter of their health. I feel like it's a lot for a heroic dungeon. It's fucking
On a
crazy.
heroic, imagine this on a plus 17.
Yeah, you need
You're
like a
just gonna
week
get one
or to
shot.
like pre-move.
Oh, it's constantly. It's not possible.
So funny.
We have a whole season because it's not in season 1, so
Yeah.
we'll see what they do.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The ones that aren't in season 1, I didn't play a ton on beta, so I kind of am like, I'll check them out, when PTR comes around or
Yeah,
whatever. I'm not too worried. Um,
we were always in like Mists of Tyrna Scythe and Necrotic Wake.
yeah, I like Stone Vault.
You love
Um,
Stone Vault and
I
Arakara.
do love Stone. Arkar is good. Arkar is a fun leveling one too, because the Giga pull to the second boss that usually gets fucked up somehow.
I that's the Giga pull to the second boss is really fun, but I do not like the first pull. I just don't like it.
Oh yeah, it's also rough because I don't know. It's like hard to enjoy the dungeons because if in my head, if we're doing a big pull onto the mini boss, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be able to spend on the prio target for a long time and cleave everything down. But because it's a heroic, it dies instant,
Yeah,
like to the tank hitting it pretty much.
because
Almost.
everyone's prioing the
Yeah,
mini
like I put
boss
like
to
3 globals on it, and then I'm ready to blast it, and it's already dead. I'm like, oh shit.
that might be a part of why it's so unenjoyable to me.
Yeah, so I was gonna we could talk about it now. It's on my list of topics, but the nerf to the leveling scaling, um, I haven't done any leveling dungeons since, but it was definitely needed, right? Or how
Oh,
do you feel about the nerf?
it was absurd. Like
Like it
it
wasn't even
actually, I think
fun.
no, I think it made leveling less fun. I don't know if you remember, but in Dragonflight, it took like your fastest run for leveling would be like 6 hours.
Mm.
But in the War Within, it takes like 2 hours of like queuing dungeons and you're at max.
It's crazy and like I don't know. I don't mind the speed so much as I mind like you jump in, you're trying to like I like to learn specs as I level and kind of figure
Oh
out
yeah.
keybinds and shit like that. But when the objective of the dungeon is like literally run as fast as possible forward and try to keep up with the tank who's killing everything before you can get there,
Yeah.
it's cool because you get a bunch of levels and you're like, oh wow, this is sweet. And then after a while, you're like, I I kind
I
of want
want
to
to
just
play.
play. Like, yeah,
I want to learn how to play. That's. I was leveling an enhancement shaman. I've never played one before, and I don't.
right.
I still don't know how to play it. I got it from 60 to 70 or 70 to 80, and like I don't
Yeah,
know what I'm doing.
right. Like I was leveling as I think I was playing Og as healer. Like I would queue as healer, and then
As
I would swap
Prez.
to Og as soon as I got in, and I would be doing like a bunch of damage just because I was level 70 or whatever. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
hopefully
yeah.
they fixed it a little bit. I wouldn't personally.
I've
I
heard
don't
it's not
mind the
that bad.
speed. Yeah, I don't mind the speed so much as I mind like if they made it the dungeon is 10 times harder, but you get 10 times more experience, and the speed stays the same. That would be fun. At least you get to play it. You know,
Yeah, I
you
would
get to
like
see the
that too.
mechanics. You get to see what's going on. Like,
I
oh,
feel like both of those things are an issue.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like a more wholesome leveling experience that like you remember leveling, you know? Like I'm not gonna remember leveling in the War Within. It happened
That's
in like
true.
2 hours.
The other thing is that this is the first time they did the early access, so it was kind of like fragmented a bit. Like it's
Yeah.
not like, hey, we're all going to the new place together. Like everyone hop in. I think most of my friends got early access. Um, but it was
Yeah,
kind
us
of weird
tryhards
to
did.
accidentally go back, to accidentally go like to go back to Valdrakken, and you see there's like level 70s. They're queuing for like ruby life pools and shit, and you're like
Yeah.
max level. It was kind of weird.
How did you feel about that? Not that I'm the interviewer.
No, that's fine.
It's fine.
I didn't really care. I bought it because of the beta, and I would have bought it without early access, and I probably would have paid more for beta. Like that was the only thing I could give a fuck about, like picking flowers for 3 days or whatever. Like I'm
Yeah.
already bored. I leveled all the tunes I want. This I don't really care. I'm ready to go back and do beta keys, but no one wants to go.
Yeah. No. You
Like
are
I'm just like,
addicted to beta
what is there
keys.
to do? I just want to run keys.
Yeah, the two heroic weeks is definitely gonna be
It's a lot.
interesting.
I mean, I'm going away this weekend. I go away for like a week or a little bit more. So I'm gonna be gone for that,
Oh
which is
right,
cool. And then I'll come back and it'll be like M0 time. So
that's
I
exciting.
guess that's kind of good. I leveled up my druid, evoker, rogue randomly,
Oh,
priest, mage, and shaman. I
that's
think I
so
have
many.
6 tunes. Yeah, because what I did is the second I dinged 80, I logged out and I logged on to 70
Oh
and I queued
yeah,
dungeons. Like I've nothing. And then that's why when we started doing heroics, none of my tunes could queue because they're all like 520 or
yeah.
whatever.
I remember that. It was so confusing. You're like, oh, I should go on this character because I want to queue, but you know this person's not leveled, or like this one's not geared
Yeah.
enough. It was like a
Well,
whole
I was
thing.
trying to
Or
do a
alliance and horde.
strategy where I had like a system in my head where I'm like, if someone in our group is too low item level to queue, then I'm gonna get on something that's too low item level because we're walking there anyway. But if
Right.
I'm the one holding us back, then I'll get on something that could queue. That was kind of what I was going with. That's why I kept jumping tunes. It's kind of a
Yeah,
fun mini game. The heroics I think are more enjoyable than the normals, just because stuff lives a little longer, and you kind of
I
have to play
agree.
the mechanics. Um, I don't know. I've been having a good time so far, though. I will say,
Yeah, yeah,
like, I've never cared about professions, but I randomly am leveling alchemy. I did my first dragon race.
yeah.
Did a couple world quests. I don't know. I'm
That's
playing the
crazy. You're
game.
doing open world stuff for the first time ever.
So
How
weird.
did you like the dragon race?
Uh, it was kind of cool. I hit a tree or something the first couple times, and I fucked up, and
Yeah.
then I got bronze, and I was like, that seems bad. And then I was there with Dumpy, and Dumpy's like, yeah, do it again. You can get a higher one. I'm like, okay. And then I got a silver, and I'm like, oh well, now
Oh
I gotta
yeah.
get the gold. So I got the gold. It's good. I don't know if it's like
Does it make you want to go and get gold on all of them?
maybe not all of them, but it was kind of fun. If I pass one, I'll stop by maybe.
Those things
Have a
give you
good
like
time.
600 gold, the world quests, so they're definitely worth
Uh,
doing.
that's kind of cool. Yeah, I didn't even. I don't. I think I've kind of done the mechanics because of like some quests they have you fly through the rings or whatever. But it's
Yeah,
kind of cool.
yeah. But you're
I
also
enjoyed
not
it.
like you're not dedicated to being an expert dragon rider or anything.
Right. Plans for season 1. So you have your 2 tunes. Obviously you're probably just gonna play one of them, but the other one's for guild
Splits.
raid loot stuff. Yeah. Okay. Is that something
Yeah.
new that you guys are doing, or you guys normally do that?
Um Our first season doing it was Amir Drasil, which is the last season that we did,
Oh,
and we
okay.
really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Splits are fun, actually, and the Race to World First competitors hate it, but I think that's just because I just heard echo a little bit. I think they just hate it because they have to do it like 30 times. They have to do a
Right.
gazillion splits. But it's fun
Sure.
when you just do like one split, with an alt that
Yeah.
like you normally wouldn't play.
So what does that look like? Is it like you have 10 of these like split tunes and then 10 real tunes and everyone just, the 10 get all the loot and the other 10 sit out? Or how does that work? I'm not
Yeah,
actually
basically. They try to
okay.
we,
You just
we try
never
to
hand
even it
loot to
out
the
so
rats.
like yeah, exactly. I assume like Eyes, the other feral druid on my team, I assume she and I will not be our main characters won't be in the same split. So
Oh,
like
okay, okay,
when it's
yes.
her turn, I'll probably be on my alt, Girl Kisser, and
Mhm.
then when on the next split, I'll be on my main, but she'll be on her alt. Is what
Okay.
I assume.
That's cool. So you're
Yeah,
basically just doubling your like the loot
your
that you
gear.
get kind of on
Yeah,
average, I guess.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't hate that, especially with how easy it is to level another tune and like how
Gear
much
it up and
time we
stuff.
have,
Yeah,
Like if you already have your main leveled and you have no other plans, like you might as well get a second one going.
yeah.
That's
It's
kind of
been really
cool.
cool. I'm really excited to have another feral druid. Um, I previously didn't want to do it because I already had one, and I thought I would like try and learn Fury Warrior or something. But it's a little bit too difficult for me to try and learn a different spec while I'm also trying to optimize like my main spec and learn all the like mechanics of the raid and stuff. Like I'd rather
Oh,
just
sure, yeah.
I can't perform well on my Fury Warrior
Mhm.
because I can't dedicate time to learning it because I'm focusing so much on my feral, you know?
Right, and it's not even like you have a side goal of like, hey, I want to get really good at Fury.
Yeah,
You
no.
know, if you did, then it would make sense. But if not, then yeah, I would say bring in a second cat because then you're just kind of getting better at your own spec. You're just getting muscle
Yeah.
memory of the
Yeah,
fights
I'm
and
just I'm
stuff,
just getting more experience
cooldown
in the raid and
timings.
stuff and
Yeah.
it wasn't the goal when I made Girl Kisser. Girl Kisser is the name of my feral druid, my second one.
Yeah.
I made her for remix
Yeah, I
and
remember we played in Remix, I think.
yeah, yeah, it was super fun, but I just wanted to like experience cuz I kind of started in mop ish. So I made her a Morgan as well, which I think was a mistake now because I'm going to be using her for real content. But I used to be a Worgen, so I made
Right,
her a
right.
Worgen, and I realized I could just use her for splits, so that's what I'm doing.
That's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Is that something like what is that common for like guilds around your rank? Do they all usually do splits? Or do you know
Yeah, it's
where that
pretty common.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I'm,
What
I'm around the
like
world rank like 300.
Okay. Gotcha.
And
That's
I
pretty
think
sweet.
300 and above, probably like lower than 300 too. They probably like have a lot of people doing splits. I know not every guild does splits around this
Mhm.
rank, but a lot do.
Yeah, it's got to be a hard call to make cuz if not everyone is on board, then some people are like, "Oh, god, we got to do this thing." But if everyone's on
It's
board,
a
that's
lot
probably
of
cool.
raiding. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're a 2 day
definitely.
guild and we only raid 6 hours a week. So
Mm.
we don't raid that much, but I think we usually add a third day for the first couple of weeks.
Mhm.
And then we're doing splits on top of it. So I feel like a lot of people are kind of like they're used to 2 days, they're used to 6 hours a week, and then they get a little
Sure.
tired.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a lot. That's cool though. Sounds like you guys got a good group. I met a bunch of them over the launch so far. They all seem like good folks. I DM'd the rogue friend, Dr.
Oh,
Rectum.
Dr. Rectum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I DM'd him today. I was like, "Yo, am I supposed to only envenom at 6? Also, hello." And he gave me this like full response. I didn't answer yet, but
He's great though. He's
yeah, he
great.
seems good. Me and him were chatting rogue for a while the other day when we were playing, so he's my rogue guru now.
Yeah, he's probably super willing to help. He's a very nice guy. We love Dr.
Yeah, he
Rectum.
seems cool. Yeah, I've never played melee and I've never played rogue obviously cuz melee,
Oh
but
right.
it's been kind of fun to learn. It's a weird class, but I like having um Sin Rogue has this thing where if you use Garrote from stealth, it'll silence the mob for like 5 seconds or something like insane.
It's sort of
And
like Stealth Rake.
yes, but there's another talent that makes it apply to 2 nearby targets when you come out of stealth. So basically,
Mm.
every pull, I put Tricks of Trade on the tank, then I shadow step the farthest caster, and I silence all of them, and then I shadow step another caster, and I silence all of them, and then I
Oh,
go
that's
into the
fun as
pull.
fuck.
So literally, every caster is silenced and Tricks of the Traded onto the tank, and has my dots on them, and then I start doing my thing, and then you basically just do prio damage, and it like splatters on everyone else.
That
It's
is
really
way more
cool.
useful than coming out of stealth with a rake
And
and
stunning
stunning the
something in
mobs
place. Yeah.
away from where the tank wants to tank it.
Yeah. It was funny. We were playing with a resto druid recently who kept stunning stuff, and Marvel kept being like, "That one wasn't me," because I'd be like setting up a pull, and a mob would get stunned like really far away. I
Yeah,
was in the back of my head. I was like, "Who's doing this?" And Marvel
it's
immediately was
fucking
like,
feral.
"Not me."
Not me. I know better.
Yeah.
I've dealt with so many tanks yelling at me for that.
Mm-hmm.
I wait so long in stealth that I don't do any damage at all.
I know. I feel you. Or if there's a mob that won't get stunned, like a lieutenant mob or something, I guess that works.
Yes.
But it's
I
not
love
always the
those
case.
mobs.
I feel your pain though, because trying to play rogue, like if say the pulls, there's like one mob with 5% health, and then the tank tags another pack, they just cost me my wreath stealth, and I'm not silencing any mobs now.
Oh yeah.
So it's like if I
Yeah.
don't get the wreath stealth, I lose all that cool shit that I was talking about. But if you do, and then of course you have vanish, so you can kind of fill in as needed.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's a lot more punishing on rogue than it is for feral to not
True.
get re-stealths.
Yeah. Well, that and it applies my dots to 2 nearby targets too, so it's saving me like a ton of setup globals of like getting everything
Oh
dotted.
yeah.
It's like 3x the globals if I don't have the thing on pull.
Yeah, that's
Kinda
a lot
cool.
more punishing. We
Yeah.
lose a lot of damage from not being able to get a stealth rake, but it's not
Mhm.
that significant.
Gotcha. And I am feeling your pain with the melee range, though I didn't know what it was before, kind of, because I didn't play rogue before. But like,
That's true, yeah.
you got to be right up in the pull.
You have to be
to
on their
doing
butt,
anything.
dude. Yeah.
It's like crazy. So many times I just cloak because I'm like, I'm not moving. I need to hit this mob. Like those
Yeah.
what are the consecrations we were talking about? The first one goes off, I'm cloaking. I'm cloaking and
Yeah.
I'm hitting the paladin. I need to take this mob out.
I do be using survival instincts and
Yeah.
bark skin to just stay
To
in
just stand.
damage.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be able to move out of the way, but red paladins took that away.
Those damn reds. Yeah, fuck red, man. Have you got a lot of people? Do people like say that in your chat now?
People
That
say
are-
it in my chat. People tag me with it. Like, people reference it in voice chat. It's super funny.
I like it. That's funny.
It's people might not know. I was on Max's stream to talk about Feral Druid, and I got a chat of 15,000 people to all chant "fuck red." Is what I did.
because of the melee range thing, right? Because melee
Because
range
of
got
the melee
nerfed
range.
because Rhett was like hitting things from so far away.
I'm positive that the Rogue and Feral melee range would have flown under the radar had Rhett
Mhm.
not gotten it in their rework.
Yeah, because I remember. I mean, I had some friends that played Rhett, and they would be like, "Look at me! Look how far I am! Look how far I am from the boss, and I'm still hitting him." And everyone's like, "What?
Yeah.
Why are you that far?" Like they're like I was on my evoker. And I feel like he was standing at my max range. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
That's not fair. Fuck
It's
Red,
crazy.
dude.
Yeah. Hopefully they redo that. I mean, it's just like
I don't think they
giving
will.
Yeah, probably not. But giving melee extra range makes it so that you can like design mechanics without fucking melee. Like how are you supposed to play that consecration as a melee?
You can't. It needs to be
Like,
changed,
legit,
or
like,
I
how?
need my melee range back.
Right, exactly. So then because the melee range is so short, now they have to look at abilities like that. Like, oh, we have to figure out how melee is supposed to play this, versus if they just had a little more range, like you could still hit the paladin and who cares? I don't know.
Yeah,
It'll be
exactly.
interesting to see if how long it lasts for. Hopefully they change it. I don't know.
The consecration or the melee range?
Both. But the melee range more so.
Ideally
I think.
both, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I had fun tanking these dungeons. Um, I think more so just because I didn't have a lot of tank friends on that I knew were gonna like pull really big. But like, in like the background footage that we have going on, like the rookery was pretty fun because you kind of just figure out you're like, what's like what's the point that stops us? And like right here, it's like we have to kill the boss. So it's like you just pull the boss, everyone single targets the boss, and then when it's
Yeah.
done, you find the next thing that's like gating you. Like the next thing is you jump down and you pull everything to the door to the boss room. And then after that you gotta kill the 3 mobs. So it's kind of fun to like, what's the maximum amount of mobs you could like pull onto that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm sure
It was
this
kind
will
of fun.
change when it's Mythic Plus, but it might
Yes, for
not.
sure.
Who knows? This pull right here is a little bit rough for melee though. There's a lot of
Yeah.
AoE going on in the middle, and if you have like 3 melee, I think it baits more onto it. And then this boss, what
Uh,
it's doing right now, melee. What am I supposed to do?
legit, I can't hit it.
I cast
My
Wrath.
Maul proc expired. I'm spamming Moonfire, I think. I can't even thrash him. I
You can't even
tried.
thrash, dude. If
Oh
you
my
had your melee
god.
range,
Yep,
I would
yep.
be able to thrash
Or just make his hitbox like the
really
size of
big
that
there.
circle on the floor or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. That's just so silly to me. Oh, and then you jump down here. This I find kind of fun. I gotta send this clip to my friend because I was trying to explain it, but okay, this is not the clip.
You did
I'm
not do that
failing
well at
hard.
all.
Basically,
You just
this
use
might
those
be an older
platforms.
VOD. Oh, because it's from a leveling dungeon. So this was like last week.
Oh,
Pretty sure. This is normal. So maybe I didn't have the tech yet. Never mind. Ignore the clip.
oh, okay. Ignoring.
And then here I think I'm
Damn, look at how
being
much that feral druid is doing.
here I shouldn't be turning around. I should literally just be running, but
You didn't know yet.
yeah.
This pull is really fun.
It kind of is. It's really fun as a tank because you're actually the only one that's like hitting all the mobs usually. But yeah.
I started, as we got better at this dungeon, I did start hitting things along the way.
Yeah. Get some bleeds up.
Yeah, just get some bleeds up, Primal Wrath and stuff. I really like this build because when you go to the end and then you LOS it, everything's super stacked, and I just get like
Right.
Giga Apex procs, and I'm doing
Oh,
so much like
sure.
Ravage damage, and I'm just like fucking owning.
I'm like, we've had no healer this whole pull.
We are the healers.
Poor Dumpy. He must have died.
Classic.
Yeah, that's a fun key though. I like the rookery. It's kind of cool. What other ones?
It's one of the good ones. I think.
Yeah.
I think I've told you this before, but in Dragonflight, season 1 had basically all the good dungeons, and season 2 had basically all the bad dungeons. And I think it's the opposite for the War Within. I think season 1 of the War Within has like all the bad dungeons. Like you have like, I mean, hang on, I have to pull it up. I don't remember off the top of my head. You have, I mean, you like Arakara, I guess, but in my eyes, you know, like Priory, Meadery, Rookery are all really good dungeons. Those are my favorites, and those are in season 2. And then there's also Dark Flame Cleft, which I don't know if that's going to be good or not.
Yeah.
But I
It's
think
hard to
Dawnbreaker,
say.
yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, I think Dawnbreaker is gonna be really controversial. I personally don't like City of Threads or Arakara, and Stonevault seems okay. I just don't like all the running around so much.
True. Yeah, I would say what I do like about Stonevault is like, if you ignore everything, you'll fail. But if you know how to, like, if you can counter everything and you set up your group and stuff, you can kind of nail the dungeon. It almost reminds me of like Ruby Life Pools, where there's
I was
like,
gonna say,
hey, like you need to kick this, you need to defensive this, you need to bait this. Like there's all
you
sorts
need
of
to
like
stun this, yeah.
specific boss mechanics. Yeah. But if you execute it properly, it's like, oh, no damage went off. We dispelled all the curses. We kicked all the fears. Like you can LOS that AoE thing on the first pull, which no one's going to do in Heroic, obviously, but in M plus you can. So I feel like there's probably a world where you pull like 4 of those stomping guys and then you take like 2 of the hits and then you LOS from there, or defense. Like,
Yeah, that's a good point. When you were explaining that, I did immediately think of the first pull of Ruby Life Pools. Because
Yeah,
you have one thing that is really important to stun.
it's the
You've got,
tectonic slam,
yeah, you have
and there's the
tectonic slam.
bolts.
You have the bolts that you want to interrupt. You want to
Mm-hmm.
not stand in the circle that the Earthbreaker guy does, and
Mm-hmm.
then you can just blast.
Yeah, and like if everything's taken care of and everyone knows their jobs, like
It's super
that seems
clean.
kind of cool. Yeah, it's very satisfying too. It's hard to talk about the other dungeons because they're not like testable in Mythic Plus, so I can't really say like we don't know what the thing in Rookery is that like, oh, this AoE one shots you way before anything else because nothing hurts, so it's hard to say.
Did you not test it
Um,
on beta?
Not on M Plus. I don't think Rookery was open. It was only the season one.
Oh, was it? I
Yeah,
thought
you could
I
run
thought all the dungeons were
heroics.
available, but you only did the season
Um,
one.
no, there was only 8 keys that you could make.
Okay,
It was
okay.
like the dungeon pool. Yeah, we could do them
I
on
trust you.
heroic and normal and stuff though.
Okay, yeah. So I guess we'll see
Um,
then, because
yeah,
there are going to be new mythic mechanics and everything too.
that too. Oh, that's right. So we haven't even. Yeah, we don't even know the bosses really. Interesting. I don't know, but what I have seen, I'm pretty excited about. Um, deciding what I want to main though. I gotta pick soon.
It's never been a question for me. It's so funny to listen to people who are like, I don't know what I want to main. I'm like, how do you not know? I
It
have
all
one spec that I just
depends.
love.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, and it makes it easier because it's like if I'm like inviting you to a group, I like know what you were gonna do. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. You know
Versus
the benefits of
me,
inviting me.
my problem is like whenever more friends show up, I'm like, I'm DPSing, but
Oh
now
yeah,
another DPS is coming, so I'll just heal. That's fine. Okay, our tank's
yeah.
leaving, but I have a healer online, so I'll tank. That's fine. Don't worry. And then
But
I
we
just
need a
kind of keep
hero.
shifting. Yeah, right. Yeah, so I always just kind of like shift to fill like whatever role is needed, but I kind of
Sure.
want to pick one this season and like try to do well at it instead of spreading myself super thin.
You think so?
But at the
Is
same time,
that?
I kind of just like playing. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think you like having a bunch of alts. I think that's
hmm
your preferred way of playing.
yeah, I think my favorite is Og, but only with a full group of friends that are like fun to play with. Um,
Yeah,
I like
it's not fun in
Bear.
pugs, is what you said, right?
Yeah, I like Bear because, especially in lower content, I think a tank that kind of has a general idea of like what to do can really carry. Like a tank or like a tank plus one that knows what they're doing. Like say me and you go into a pug, we can basically cover every important kick and stop in the game as long as we're not triple pulling everything. Like there's usually in the first pull, if you pull double, there's like one fear, and then we could just like chain CC. So it's
Yeah,
kind of you
we
can kind of
organize it
carry
over
more.
comms, and yeah,
Yeah, like even just two people working together can really do like the majority of the key as far as like important interrupts.
yeah, that's true.
Which is why I've never liked priest healer. You can't kick anything.
Leanne,
Oh, Leanne. Do you think Leanne's gonna play?
I don't know.
I never
She
know.
said she's gonna play, but I will believe it when I see it.
I had so much fun playing Among Us.
It's a blast with our
It was like
friends.
a secret non-stream Among Us night.
Yeah, just
A good time.
have fun with your friends off stream. It's really
Yeah.
important, I think.
Me and Marvel won, but I almost cost us the win. I got that power that lets me transform into someone else to try to blame someone, and
And
I
you
forgot
turned
Marvel.
into me.
Forgot Marvel was my teammate, so I turned into Marvel. I start killing people.
Oh my gosh.
It was so good.
It would have worked if somebody had seen me and vouched for me though, because then they would have been like, "Oh, it can't be Marvel because I saw her
Right.
at that time."
Someone's pretending to be her,
Yeah,
and no
and
one
then I
would be
would have had
stupid
a
enough to do
solid
that.
vouch. Yeah,
Right. That's hilarious. Ugh.
I love Among Us.
Yeah, it was a good time. Let's see.
Damn.
Any other? Damn. Oh yeah, that's where the damn came from. Anytime I'd get accused, I just or not even accused. Anytime anyone said "nar," I just go "damn." They'd be like,
Damn, you
"What?"
got me.
Like I think it was Smam. I don't really know her that well, but I've like crossed paths a few times. She's like, "What? I'm not even accusing you. You don't know. It doesn't have to be damn."
That was me.
Oh, it was you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, Narnar, where were you? And you were like, damn. And I was like, I was literally just asking where you were.
Just a question. I was dying.
I love
It's a fun
Spam.
time. I genuinely don't know anything about that game, so when people are like, "Where were you?" I'm like, I don't
Oh, they
fucking know,
know.
man. Like, what? Someone was like, "You could check your map." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, bro, I don't know. There's some wires. I was following a lady. She had like a cactus or whatever. I don't know.
What?
Who has? Someone had like a ugly little plant. It was like a
Oh, was that?
little like
Did Jess have
creepy
the
flower.
cactus?
I don't think so. Jess had like a
No, Jess had the cat.
cat. Yeah, there was like a cat that would be sad whenever she
Maybe it was
died.
Leanne who couldn't pet her cactus or something.
Maybe. I don't know. So, are you streaming tonight? You
Yes. I'm
taking a
gonna
break?
try and stream every day for the rest of the month, which isn't long. I think it's like
Ooh.
3 more days.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay.
I think that'll be like, let's see, when did it drop? Monday? So that'll be like 6 days in a row, but I'm gonna try and do it.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I've been trying to go kind of hard before I go on my cruise because I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna be gone for a bit, and I'll be like, oh, there's all this cool stuff happening, but there's actually not. So maybe I won't be that bad. I'll probably
Yeah,
stream tonight for a
I
little
think
bit
that'd be
too.
fun. Did you mean to? You can
Oh, I
cut this
closed
part
the
out.
B-roll footage. Shit.
Oh, you closed it?
No, I tabbed to something
Oh, the
else,
footage.
but I
The
put it
footage.
back.
Okay.
Yeah, I
You
can.
you mentioned the cruise. You didn't mention the cruise the first time. I don't know if you wanted to mention the cruise.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, they can come find me if they want.
Come find me on the boat.
Come join me. Listen, I invited everyone to the boat party. I went to a boat party to go see Embers, one of my favorite
Oh
musicians.
shit.
I was
Nobody
like, "Yep,
came?
I'll be here." Well, I don't think there's not a lot of people like in New York, but I don't know. I'm not super worried about
Can't believe your friends
people
hate you
stalking
like
me.
that.
It was a good time. It was weird because it was at noon, so it was during the day, which is like not usual for a
Oh
DJ event.
no.
But I had a good time.
I probably
It was
wouldn't
cool.
go either. That's too early.
I'm in
for
some
me.
of the videos
Oh nice.
on his channel. Yeah.
I'm in I'm in a I'm in a what was it? BlizzCon 2016. I think
Oh.
like they did a couple of like scans of the crowd and I'm there and it's before my like quote unquote glow up. So I look way different. I'm not even
Oh, no.
recognizable.
That's funny.
I'm wearing like this dorky shirt. I've got no makeup on, like my hair's a mess. Like I do not look cute, but I don't mind it as much because it just means that like I've glowed up that much, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
I like seeing the improvement. But I do think I do like that I'm in the video, you know? Like if you watch the
that's cool.
2016 like BFA announcement, I'm there, you know?
Mhm. Oh, that's awesome. I
Yeah.
like that. Not in anything.
They
other than
announced
that one
classic.
thing.
That's what I remember.
Oh, you know what? I think I'm in the music video for Red Hot Chili Peppers' "Snow."
What the fuck?
Yeah, you
Wait,
can't really
that's
see me,
insane.
but I was at the show where I was a
Oh.
little kid. My parents took me there.
Okay, so maybe we could find
kind
like
of
the tip
there.
of your head or something.
Yeah, maybe. I still have in the video. There's all these lights. They gave out lights for us to like hold up and wave around, and I still have it in this little box.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Are you a very sentimental person?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. I collect little things. Like it's a very small box, but it's like crammed with like little like receipts and things that I have. Like I have like the first
or, like,
movie I went to with my
tickets
husband and
and-
stuff like that. Yeah, like little
Aw,
wristbands.
that's so
from
cute.
stuff. I have like a movie stub from like 5th grade. I'm seeing something with one of my friends. I don't know. I just have random. I have my grandpa was a fireman, so I have his like fireman badge in there too.
Oh, that's sick,
Random,
actually.
Random stuff. Yeah.
I'm very sentimental too. Thing is, with the ADHD, it's really hard for me to like keep track of them and put like I don't have a box for it or anything. So I've just got like I think I have my Barbie movie ticket like laying somewhere. I've got like a drawing someone made for me in 6th grade like somewhere. I don't know.
Oh, that's the other thing I save is I love saving notes from people or like letters.
Yeah. Oh my
or
god, I have
whatever.
notes from people too.
Oh, it's so nice. And then
So
I read them
nice.
sometimes. I'll text them and be like, whatever, just checking
Aw.
how they're doing.
I
Apparently, I
almost-
used to
don't
be
have-
very good at listening to people's problems because I have like a lot of notes of people being like, thanks for the advice and listening to this, or like from like a lot of different people.
That's. I
Like,
mean,
I
I
think
feel
I
like
wanted
that's
to be a
still you.
therapist. Maybe.
You could ask Leanne.
Oh. I try not to like give advice too much, but if people ask me, I'll always, I don't know, offer.
Yeah.
Or I always try to like, I don't know. I don't like cast people away too quick, I guess. Like people gotta like fuck me over a bunch for me to get rid of them.
Oh
So I
yeah,
always
yeah.
stick with people. I don't know.
I've also been that way, and it actually
Mhm.
got me into some problems in the past. But
Yeah, same. It's always
I've gotten
rough.
better at. Yeah, it's
You don't want to
hard. I
like
think
ghost people insta, but also you have to have some integrity
you
or
have to have some
self-respect or whatever.
boundaries,
Yeah,
some
that's the word.
self-respect, and I've
Mhm.
never had that in my life. But I've been
Same.
working on it actually, like these last like 2 years, and
Nice.
I've cut people off, even though I really wanted to be their friend, and it feels bad, but I'm like proud of myself because like I know that this person would have ended up hurting me really bad,
Mm.
you know?
That's good. That's good that you can like recognize that stuff. I try
It's
to.
hard, but yeah.
Mhm. Maybe not a good real life example, but like I do that with gaming a lot. Like if there's people, I'm sure you know people that are like really good. Like I know people that are like way better than me at this game, but they suck to be around. And like
Wait,
there
drop the
was
names
a
right now. Drop the T.
I don't know. Everyone knows. Everyone's thinking of someone. Well, maybe not. But there's some. I don't know. I feel like me a couple years ago would be like, I need to tolerate people's shit because like I don't know. I don't really care about that stuff now. I'm like, if someone is not enjoyable to be around, I don't really care like how good they are, how much they could do
Yeah,
for you or whatever. Like I
who
don't know.
cares? I
Yeah.
mean, they probably, because they're so good and stuff like that, like, they probably get away with that all the time. And they need,
Mm.
like, a little bit of a wake up call, you know?
Yeah. Or they're like used to an environment where it's okay to like be annoying. I don't know. Everyone works differently.
Yeah.
And I think you're kind of the same way. We probably talked about this before, but like in keys and stuff, like I just have to be goofing around, doing silly
You
voices
have,
and like
have fun.
making fun of people or whatever. Like when you jumped on that bee or whatever. I was like, get back down here, kill the
Go
boss,
with the boss.
please.
And I said, no.
You're like, no, I'm going on a ride. I don't
Wait,
know.
why can I mount? Wait, I'm gonna go on this bee.
What?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
I went on the bee. Wait, you can go on the bees. Look.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm pressing Q. I'm riding around, dude. I'm riding around. Look at me go, dude.
Come kill the boss.
No.
Like that, but like that's something I would do in like a key that like kind of was hard too. Like I don't know. That's just kind of my
I probably wouldn't
function.
fuck around like that in the key.
Maybe not, but like
I literally just gotten my cooldowns up, and then I hopped on a bee, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm riding this bee."
I'm out of here. The BEO.
I think you thought that I flew away
I
on
didn't
that
know
one
what
bee
was
that I
going
fired.
on. Oh,
You saw
okay.
the bee I torpedoed,
I saw something fly away. Yeah.
and you thought I was on that, right?
I guess so. I saw a bee move, and I'm like, get back.
Get back here and kill this boss right now.
Yeah. Funny. This dungeon's cool. I really like Arcara. I don't know.
What do you like about it so much? Just the big poles?
Well, I think it has the best mob design from these not these mages. Shit, what are they called? Not tenders. Something in the beginning where they do an AoE and they do a bolt, but the AoE it begins at like full and then it channels backwards. So basically when the AoE is going off, you can kick it or stun it, and because the cast has begun channeling instantly, the stop works. So it's kind of like how stops used to work. Whereas now, most mobs would begin channeling a spell upwards, and then when it ends, the thing goes off, and you can't stop it that way because it's not on cooldown. I don't know. So I like that a lot.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Which
I like
mob is that?
having-
Is that the one that casts the volley?
Yeah. So I'll go back a little bit here. It's like in the first wing of the dungeon. The attendants. So if you look at these attendants,
Yeah.
these are kind of the limiting
Oh, they do the
factor of
channel.
pulls. Yeah, so they do the bolt, and then this is the AoE. So I kicked that, which I could have roared it instead. I
But
should
if
have
you roar
roared
it,
it
it
and then
does
saved
stop
my.
it.
Yes. So the
As long
spell,
as
basically,
you.
the important thing is the spell goes on cooldown when it begins, not when it's like done or interrupted. So
That's cool.
here, I should roar that one. No, it happens so fast anyway. But I like it. It's a
I
good
get what you
mob.
mean.
It
Yeah.
should. I think mobs should work like that. I like the option of kick or stop.
Yo,
Um,
fuck this area though.
yeah, I like the prio mobs. I'm a fan of a prio mob.
Me
Um,
too. It's just I mean maybe I haven't had the problem with the webs just exploding and making melee unplayable on heroic, but
oh,
on Mythic Plus, do you
true.
remember that? It was
It
impossible.
was a mess. Yeah, I want to say on M plus. I don't even
There
think
was
you
that
live
green
long enough to
circle,
do the
but
circle. Oh, that's the
those
circle. I want to say it's that size now on M plus two, and I don't think it
the
moves.
problem wasn't that circle though. It was the webs, the like egg sacs behind the mini boss. You run over them and they explode and make melee literally
Uh,
a mess. Maybe they moved
gotcha.
them or something because we
Hmm.
haven't had that problem in
I see
heroic.
them. Yeah,
But in
they are
Mythic Plus,
back
that was a
there.
constant problem. I think they were
Okay.
on top of the mob before, maybe.
Okay. Maybe they moved them, or maybe they're just not on Mythic or not on Heroic.
Heroic. We'll see, I
I don't know.
guess.
Something to watch out for. Yeah. I think this boss is kind of cool too. It's a little
I like it.
confusing as a healer though, because there's two AOE's and one of them matters. This alerting shrill that's coming up. This is the one that hurts, I believe. So there's AOE that calls ads, and then there's AOE that puts webs on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And the AOE that calls ads, you need to heal through it. And the one that puts webs seems like it's, I want to say like 50 to 70% of the damage of the other one, which took me a bit
Okay.
to learn. When I was doing it on Resto Druid, I was dying to the swirls because I was trying to heal through it. But it's more
Oh.
of like keep hots up and dodge, and not like a press a
Okay, yeah.
cooldown situation.
I like that.
Um,
I like the big AoE. Um, the one that hurts that you were just. It was. I think it's the shrill.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I like that we now can cast frenzied regen in cat form, or we can go bear form for like a giga frenzied regen
Oh,
because
yeah,
it
sure.
covers that so much. Like feral is usually very weak to rot damage,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not with frenzied regen. Like, and
Oh,
that
for
is a
sure.
pretty
Yeah.
short cooldown. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really nice for that. Like I think you can do it every other shrill. So you
Okay.
use frenzied regen for one, and then you use like a healing cooldown for the next one, or a
Yeah, you
defensive or
could like
something.
bear renewal second, and then frenzy
Yeah,
regen third, and then wall
yeah.
fourth or something.
I like that kind of stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
um, Croth, you know, where
Yeah,
you have like a
definitely.
rotation.
Yeah, I like that too. It was kind of like first boss of Azure Vault Stomp, where you're like, okay, this is a minute apart. I can
Yeah,
rescue every time and scales this or whatever. Yeah, it is. It is fun.
or
Mhm.
the first boss of Brackenhide, where they do the dot on everybody. It's a
Oh,
minute
that's right.
apart, so you
Mm-hmm.
can bark skin every single one.
Yep, yep. That was the evoker special. I would rescue the healer, or no, I would rescue a DPS. So me and one DPS have a shield. I would ward the other DPS, and then I would cauterize the healer.
Oh,
So
that's
I would
sick.
literally, I got a little something
Every
for
single time.
everybody. Yeah, every minute.
That's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It
But
must feel
it's
very
exactly the
satisfying to get
minute.
off.
So if you rescue late, you might not have it in time. So it's a little tricky, but
That's the problem with bark skin too,
yep.
because
You want to
you do
like
end
press
up
it
having it late.
5
Yeah,
seconds early almost, so that it's like expiring right when it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah. I know
It's
exactly what you
tricky.
mean.
It is fun though. That's what I like about Og is like, I don't know. Not every Og would do stuff like that, but then when you do that and your healer is like, wait, why didn't that hurt? And you're just like,
Yeah,
put on your
that's a good
sunglasses.
feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. Like, no, you just stand there and press holy fire or whatever you want. Fun. Oh, this boss is kind of cool. It dies before we see a lot of the mechanics, but this charge you can meld. It like burrows and then goes somewhere. But if you meld it, nothing
Oh, you can
happens.
melt it. Does it
Or
cancel the whole
invis.
mechanic?
Yep, yep. It'll just go back to what he was doing.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. This wing is pretty cool. The limiting kind of factor is how many of these guys you can kick. So it's one melee definitely can do it. I'm not
You
sure
can
if
have
a
a shaman do
range.
that
Yeah,
usually.
shaman definitely can.
I think shaman is the best because it's also ranged.
Yeah, so good, especially while running to set this up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like this on M+2. These birds, I think, hurt more on keys.
Those are weird looking birds.
Yeah, so if you grab, so like I'm tagging these guys probably in Discord. I'm like, maybe this was early on, so I wasn't calling kicks yet. Yeah, so that kick that went off is the poison that we have. If you look, poison totem's really good in here, but that volley's going off, and I'm too far to kick it. We got one stack, and then here's second stack, this volley. Now we have two.
Oh, okay.
I dispelled myself, which was not the play. I should have
I think
dispelled
I
someone
also
else.
dispelled myself.
That's good. You're a DPS. I could live, but I should have dispelled James. Or yeah, I got him there.
I see. I think it's handy that so many of us have dispels now for
Oh
ourselves. So
yeah.
if things like that go off, it's not actually a big deal, hopefully.
Right.
As long as you get one of the interrupts.
Yeah, it's like I can kick one, and then I usually dispel the healer unless someone is like lower health, just because I value like making the healer comfortable more. I know like if I'm healing and everyone's at 20 and I'm at 50, I'm kind of panicking a little bit less. But if I'm like in range of dying, I start making like more desperate decisions.
Sure.
That makes sense. So
Yeah.
I don't know why I dispelled myself there. Yeah, it's not the VOD.
This selfish tank.
Yep. Might just be a habit. I have it bound to spell is my mouse up and down, like my scroll
Oh,
wheel while
yeah.
mouse over. I did it for afflicted, so that I could just spam up and down, up and down, up and down, like while mousing over the ghost.
Yeah.
But I kept it for now. It's still pretty easy.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, I want to make a weak aura for necrotic wake first pull. There's like that guy that rages, and it's such a large pull. But I want to make one that's like if soothe off CD, and this guy is more than 2 stacks, it'll like tell you
I'll
to
let
soothe
you
or
know.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
That'd be
druid's like
nice.
OP in there for sure.
Yeah.
There's
You can
more
even
good
like suit
background
the
footage.
boss in Necrotic Wake, which is
Yes,
crazy.
yeah, Amarth for sure. Yeah. Oh, and another thing, I watched all the stories this time, which was new for me.
Yeah.
And
They're
the
pretty
new,
well animated. They're very cool. It's nice to watch.
yes, I did notice like right away that it seems much better. Like the faces seem more like
The
human.
animation
I don't
is
know.
so clean here.
Yeah.
Like there are minor like expression movements, like the eyebrows moving every time he blinks and stuff. Like they changed something. This started in Dragonflight, and like I used to be an animator artist type
Oh,
person,
really?
so yeah. It's what
Oh,
I thought I
cool.
was gonna do before I got really into like tech and video games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like before Dragonflight, animation always seemed a little rough, I guess, with the in-game models like this.
Yeah.
But
It was very like,
this,
oh, this is like a WoW cinematic. Like you kind of just take it with a
yeah,
grain of salt, like, whatever.
yeah, they just they had them do the walk animation to this point, the talk animation at this point,
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, look at that, like that is not like that is actually animated, and like her
Yeah, like
eyes
the
are
eyes
darting around.
narrowing a little bit. Yep.
Yeah, like that's so clean. It looks so much better. And I noticed
Mm-hmm.
it the first time in Dragonflight during the soup cinematic. Like, remember the soup thing?
Kind of.
In the Azure span. There was a you would do the soup, and
Yeah,
then
okay.
after
By
you completed
Brackenhide.
it, yeah. After you completed
Mhm.
it, the Tuskar would like do this cool animation, and I don't know. He would like put food in there, and then he'd like laugh or whatever. It looked
Oh.
so clean, and I was like, "What the fuck did they do?" Because it looks so good now.
Yeah, it's a noticeable
Improvement, right?
difference. Yeah, I like it a lot. I picked a good expansion to start watching the story. I can't say I followed it like entirely. Like I don't really know who everyone is, but I get the general vibe, and
I feel like
it.
you would need more context from previous expansions to fully understand.
Kind of. I do know that this is Anduin and not Arthas. So
Yeah.
we're making
Oh, it's
improvements.
Arthas, bro. I died.
It's funny because every time I call him Arthas on accident, it like further cements it in my head that it's Arthas.
No. Oh my god, we killed Arthas in Ice Crown Citadel.
Damn. Was he the Lich King or no?
Yeah, he was. Oh my god, dude. I can't with you.
I don't
I
know.
can't. Was he the Lich King?
He was
Oh, no.
Was it the Lich King? Oh, it was Lich King's son because he goes, "Arthas, my son,
No, no.
I'm cold.
No.
It's snowing again."
That
Please come
cinematic
home.
was Arthas hearing his father's voice, and Arthas was the Lich King, and that was his father's voice speaking to him, saying, "You're gonna be a wonderful, just king," and then showing
no
him
way.
doing the opposite. Yeah,
There's no way. I thought the
You're
Lich King had
way-
a son named Arthas. I swear,
No!
on everything. I like gun to my head. I think that's the story.
Dude, you're dying in that situation. You're dead.
Okay.
You know, I did. I had this shaman that I used to play with, and
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned Anduin, and he's like, Anduin, oh, is that Arthas' son? And I was like, bro, no,
That adds
that's
up. That
Varian's
tracks.
son. And he's like, who's Varian? And
I don't
I'm
know
like,
who that is.
what the fuck, dude? Because we were in Legion. Like,
Mhm.
Varian was such a big part of Legion. It's just like, Varian's dead
Wait,
now.
so who's the king of the humans?
Anduin. Well, not right now, but he will be back.
Who was before? Because he used to be a kid.
Varian.
Oh.
Varian was the guy with the brown ponytail and the cool sword that Anduin uses.
Mm.
He's got
Okay,
like a scar across his eye and his nose.
Huh. Did he
You've definitely
sacrifice
seen-
himself in a cinematic?
Yes.
Okay.
He jumped down off the
Got
ship,
it. Yes.
and then he
with
went up
the
to
Legion,
Gul'dan, and he said, "For the Alliance," and then he
Hell
got
yeah.
disenchanted.
got disenchanted.
It was really sad.
Mats.
Dude,
Some
his mats were not
dust.
usable after that. Dust, yeah.
Damn. That sucks. Interesting. I didn't know that. You know what I wanted to learn about was the Night Elf lore.
Ooh, it's so
I might watch like one of those videos I see
Watch
where it's
a
like
novel
5 hours
video.
of lore to fall asleep to. I'm like, oh, nice.
No, Novel actually really got me into the lore. Because
Oh, really?
I literally watched, I watched one of his videos about the Night Elves. And I was like, this fucking rocks. I think it was the full story of Illidan, Stormrage. You know who Illidan is, right?
Yes, the Demon Hunter.
Okay. Yes, the Demon Hunter guy. Yeah. I watched the Novel's like full story of Illidan, and
Oh.
I got so into the lore. It was crazy.
Maybe I'll check it out. I've definitely heard of him. I've probably watched some of his videos before. It's like Novel 27 or something.
His novel's something, 1984.
Okay.
I don't
yeah,
know.
I definitely know. I'm familiar with them then. Cool.
He's cool.
I like that,
He
and I
seems
also
cool.
like the like background music loops of I like the Ashenvale music or the Shadowglen music.
Oh, yeah.
Good like chill background stuff.
It's really sick.
Oh yeah,
I
you
can't
never
wait to
listen to
use-
music on stream, do you? Realize?
I listen to the in-game music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't want my VOD to get muted, but I just like listening to the in-game music for
Yeah.
the full immersion, the full aesthetic, you know?
Mm-hmm. I was doing that for a little bit while leveling. I was like, I'm channeling my Marvel vibes. Leveling
Yeah.
a druid, listening to music, watching the cinematics.
Yeah, you were full on Marvel.
Full experience.
And then you were like doing herbalism and shit.
Yeah. It was fun. I did not sell any herbs though. I used them all on my druid, and then I bought like a bunch of herbs too.
Yeah.
I just want to level, man.
But
I made
it's a
I made
good
all the
save
health
on gold.
pots. Yeah. True.
Did you
I
make like
made,
rank 3 health pots?
No, God no. The rank ones are like 90% of my health bar right now.
That's true.
I'm like
I've been getting the
chilling for a
Cave
bit.
Dweller's Delight from like random chests.
Oh yeah, those are good too. Those are, I think they heal for less, but it's like enough
2.5
where
million,
it's
I
like how
mean.
much more do you really want? Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
rank 1 Elgari healing potions are like 3.5, but I mean 2.5 is more than enough. in most
2.5
cases.
is just
I have
as much
2.2
as I
mil
have.
in bird form in this thing. Yeah, I have 3.9 as guardian in bear form.
Yeah, yeah.
So that it's more than enough for sure. I like them though because it's just the Myco bloom, which is like everywhere. So I feel like having that
Yes.
as my main crafted thing, I'm like, oh, this is easy.
Yeah, the Myco Bloom is really nice. It's nice that it's everywhere and it's used in a majority of the recipes that I need for inscription. So I can just
True.
farm that shit up, you know?
Nice. What do you make? So inscription is what the missives and
I can make missives, I can make treaties, which give you like one skill point in like once a week you can use this to get one skill point in any not skill point, a knowledge point in any of your professions. Um
that's the thing
yeah.
you were talking about. Okay, I didn't understand what that was.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool. So like for the alchemy, like talent trees,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you can
nice.
use one once a week. You can use two once a week, one for each of your professions.
Mm,
And
nice. How
eventually,
much do
you
they
know, like
sell
that's it.
for? Like a
Um,
lot.
it's totally random. It seems like sometimes I get 100, sometimes I get like 2,000. People don't really know how to
Yeah.
commission them. It depends on how much gold they have, what it's worth to
Oh,
them. You
you
know?
have to custom order. I see.
Yeah, you can't put it on the auction house.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's like this whole world of like crafting, and this game's so cool. There's so many little like avenues that I haven't
yeah.
explored.
I mean, there are
That
people
people
who do
exist in.
this for their entire game. Like we have a guy in
Mm-hmm.
our guild whose main gameplay is just crafting. He
Damn,
has he has
that's
all the
cool.
crafting professions at max on multiple alts, and like he scoops up any guild orders instantly.
Nice.
But we can scribes can also craft like a couple of weapons, which is nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can make a
Um,
trinket as alchemy. I don't know
yeah,
if I have
isn't
the
that
recipe
cool?
yet, but I might make it because it's verse, so I could use it for resto and guardian. It's not like a ints thing or
Oh yeah,
anything.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And what else?
I
We can
also
make
like how they.
Fantas runes.
Hmm,
Sorry. Oh, and Dark
good.
Moon trinket cards, but the Dark Moon decks are really bad right now. So
Oh, are they? I bought a couple. Yeah.
yeah, that's why they're so cheap though.
Yeah, I had like a 490 trinket on my mage or something. I was like, I'll just buy a
Exactly.
570
Yeah.
something. Why
They're
not?
just good for eye level, really.
Yeah, it was just so I could queue heroic, which a little known tip if anyone's made it this far in the episode and doesn't have gear, you can like pretty much guarantee you could queue heroic with like greens from the auction house that are all like 400 gold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you have to spend some gold, but like it's pretty quick.
Yeah,
Little tip.
if you're really desperate to get into heroics, just hit the auction
Yeah,
house up.
you need to get in them right now, despite having 2 weeks of nothing to do with
Yeah.
heroics. my Most of my tunes are like done with heroics. My kind of goal was 550, 560 range for M0 week. I think
Yeah.
would be okay because it drops like 590. Um, so I think
Yes.
550 is like plenty. It might not be easy, but I don't know. It's not gonna be that hard. The M0,
No.
and
I'm not
I've done
too
them all
worried
already,
about.
so kind of familiar, I guess.
That's true. Yeah. Um I think once we get to like Mythic 0 does Mythic 0 come out with Mythic Plus? Do
No.
we
So
know?
Mythic Zero comes out on the 10th with the Heroic Week, I believe, and then
Oh,
Mythic
that's
Plus
heroic
comes
week.
out on the
Okay.
17th. Like, I'm pretty sure, right?
Okay, yeah,
Mythic Raid is the
I hope so.
17th.
I have no idea.
I think just for Heroic Week, it's M zeros only, I believe.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm
Yeah.
glad they're separate. Um,
So we got one. We've got this week, and then we've got another week of Heroic dungeons, right? And then we have
yeah. And then the
M0
10th we
plus
have
Heroic
M0s.
Raid,
And
and
that's
then
when
the week after
raid
is everything.
starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not too concerned about gearing up because M0s they're not gonna be hard, you know? Like
Right.
we're plenty geared enough.
You're not gonna be like, shit, we can't do this dungeon.
Yeah.
You know?
That's not
And
gonna happen.
I've heard they're daily lockouts. So you have
Oh.
8 opportunities for 594 plus multiplied
It
by all the
wasn't the case
bosses.
before, right? Like weren't
No,
heroics daily lockout and
I
then mythics weekly?
believe I don't know what
Like with
heroic
the
was, but I
raids?
believe that it used to be capped at mythic +6 or whatever. Like your loot was capped, but you could push as high as you want. And then the following week, loot would be uncapped. But I think now,
Oh,
because of the key squish, M0s are kind of like +10s in
M10s,
the
yeah.
old system. So I think by giving us daily lockout mythic 10, if that makes sense, like old terms,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
kind of the same as giving us like infinitely farmable +6. It's actually better. I don't know
It
how everything
is,
lines up, but
I
it's
think.
similar, I guess is the point. But I think the good part is there's no timer, so everyone gets to see all of the entire season, dungeon pool with no timer on M0. So you get to see all the mythic mechanics with like no stress. Um,
True.
Also, if people leave the run, I think you can just invite someone else, and they'll get like
Yes.
maybe they don't get locked out. I don't know. They
If
probably won't care because it's daily.
Yeah, it's daily,
So
but
it's very
also
chill,
yeah.
very low
And why would
stakes.
people leave in the middle? Also, that's
I
weird.
don't
It's not like you're
know.
on a time limit. Like, oh, we're not going to
Yeah,
time this Mythic Zero.
true. I need the IO. No, yeah.
Yeah,
So I think it'll be a fun kind of week. Um, and obviously getting eye level upgrade is a nice feeling always. Like
it
going in and
is.
upgrading from 571 to 594 is cool.
It's going to be so nice to see all those green numbers.
The green number. Oh wait,
Yeah,
what?
when you
Like
gear compare, you see like,
oh sure
plus
sure.
257
When you mouse
stamina,
over or
plus
whatever.
1800
Yeah,
crit. Yeah,
true.
I love
That is
that
good.
shit.
And that and my gear won't be blue. I think it drops purple.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be like getting real gear now.
I did upgrade a couple of pieces since we're not going to
Hmm.
need the weathered crests anyway. So I have a
Oh, I haven't spent
purple.
any.
Yeah, you can do that right now. I have a purple signet and a purple Arakara trinket and a purple weapon.
Huh. Where do you do that? Like by
Oh,
the
you just
vault, maybe?
um uh I'm trying to remember. Oh, I think it's near the auction house. You're fine.
Yeah, I don't have a keybind to mute this program, so I every time I cough, I try to like roll away from my computer.
Oh,
Cough.
yeah, you're fine. Yeah, so it's actually that main area near the auction house and the bank.
Hmm.
There's a little thing like to the right of the pool. You know where the pool is?
I think so. Is it like where the Delve Center is, where there's a like explorers gazebo?
Yeah,
That's
it's on
right.
the other side. So that's on the
Oh,
left.
okay,
You
sure,
go to
yeah,
the
yeah.
right, and there's upgrade person.
Oh, nice. Maybe I'll spend some crests.
Might as well.
Yeah. Okay, last thing. So maybe you would know. People have been talking about a spark, like in the group chat yesterday. Someone was like, "Yo, you can get a spark." Is
Hmm.
that something I should worry about?
No, I don't.
No. Okay.
You do not want to craft anything right now because nothing is like set in stone yet. They
Mm.
are still balancing like the stats on embellishments and stuff. We don't know what's good,
Okay.
you know.
So I
So
will
yeah, just
hold
just leave
off.
it until like we're closer to like a real until season 1 basically.
Okay. Cool. That works for me.
Yeah.
I usually am a week behind on whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
whatever the thing, because I have too many tunes. I'm always like, oh, I'll do it on this one, and then I forget. So I just accept I'm like a half a spark behind usually, but
That's okay.
that's okay. Yeah.
You can just run an LFR and get it if you really need it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not super important for Mythic Plus. At least not the Mythic Plus that we do.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I'm so interested to see how hard keys are gonna be. Okay, I know I said last thing, but for real last thing, and I don't even know if this is true, but I've heard. So you know how keys above 12 are supposed to be like 20% harder, just
Yeah.
default.
Yeah.
So apparently that affix was never applied on beta. Like it was on the key, but the
Oh.
damage portion of the scaling never applied. So mobs had 20% more health, but not 20% more damage. So every key we did on beta was dealing 20% less damage than it's supposed to if it was a 12 or higher, which toward the end, I think mostly we're just doing 12s
I'm
because
trying to
then you
remember.
didn't
I
have the old affixes.
They were pretty easy though, the 12s.
Yeah, it wasn't hard. But we were also 529, 526.
Oh,
Or I'm
whoa.
sorry,
Oh, six.
626.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were like close to being
Max
like
eye
almost max
level.
geared. Um, but I heard about that from a few different people. But what I'm curious is, I think they should just ship it however it was tested on beta, because that was like whatever, it's fine. I think
Mm-hmm.
them throwing 20% more damage doesn't really make sense. I don't know. Did you hear anything about
Mm,
this, or is this the first year
I
hearing?
probably heard something about it, but I forgot because I have worms in my brain.
All right. Well, I've kind of I'm keeping an eye out for any news about that. I guess it doesn't really matter, because if they add 20% more damage, then it'll just be like, hey, the keys 2 keys
A
higher
little
or
bit
whatever,
harder, yeah.
and it'll be like that for everyone for every dungeon. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter.
No,
Um,
I am not too worried about it.
but it is just funny. Like, apparently someone went through the logs and they checked the HP before and after, and the damage before and
Oh,
after, and they're like, yeah, the damage isn't applying. So
that's interesting
yeah, keep an eye out for that, I guess.
for sure.
Yeah, I think that wraps us up.
All right, sick.
Well, thank you for coming back. I'm gonna have to rename
Yeah,
it the Narnar and Marvel show soon.
yo,
But
if we had a podcast, that'd be sick.
the Narvel hour, or the would it be the
Narvel,
Marnar, the Narvel or the Marnar?
the
I don't know.
Marnar, or the I don't know. I feel like Narvel
Marnar
sounds
sounds like a
weird.
candy.
I feel like Narvel
Get a
sounds like
box of.
navel, which means belly
Ew,
button.
true. I don't like that at all. All right, we'll have to figure something out. Cool. Thank you for hanging. Go follow
Yeah.
Marvel. I'm sure everyone follows Marvel, but just in case,
Oh, please.
it'll be in the description.
I'm
Bye.
so baby. Goodbye.